Trump's balls at any given time. And today, he's already forgotten about the Epstein files, and he's tweeting that Trump should seize Obama's passport and charge him through a military tribunal. So the thing is working. I mean, he's feeling like real red. Yeah.
What would you expect from this guy, though? Seriously, what do you expect from Michael?
He's trying to disqualify him from running if he decides to run for a third term.
Yeah, but Michael Flynn has a loud voice in the QAnon world. So him tweeting that, he's tweeting it out to a good point. He's gonna make waves in that QAnon nutcracker base. So my point is, Trump putting out this distraction. Even when you go look at Charlie Kirk, there's this other guy that is a MAGA influencer. They're all talking about Obama right now, and they have like a huge base of MAGA folks that tune in and listen to them. So the distraction is working a little bit.
Yeah, but Trump called Charlie Kirk, it's on the record, and told him stop talking about Epstein. Trump also called Mark Levin, who's like a huge MAGA, and told him stop talking about Obama. Okay, so Trump, everybody got the phone call, and they are doing what Trump wants. But remember, MAGA it's 30.
I don't know if you guys already talked about the Wall Street Journal case and how I read, I don't know how true this is important, but they said Trump was trying to judge shop, and I think this case is in Florida, but unfortunately for him, this case has been handed to a judge.
The first step to making the world's strongest ice hammer is to make the hammer mold. I used a silicone mold kit, and after thoroughly mixing it and pouring it over an actual hammer, I left it outside for about 24 hours. This is my first time doing this, by the way, so I apologize here if it looks a bit unprofessional. I was just trying to minimize the amount of silicone I need. Anyway, with a few small adjustments to the mold, it was ready to go, and after trying it with some water, the hammer freezes quite nicely, but of course it's not strong yet. Paper towels aren't the only thing you can add to ice to make it stronger. It's just the plastic one. So I wanted to do some testing to determine the best material that has the possible option. Those tests and the rest of this full-length video is
specifically why he used the distraction of Obama. I'm sure he realizes, even before he came into office, coming on the heels of Obama and the disgust that he must have felt when Obama was running and they had attacking Obamacare. And he wakes up something in his base about this brother, this Obama, being president. It wakes up something in his base like, oh, all else, his heart's deep in the recesses of his mind. Like his go-to is talk negative about Obama. That does something historically in his mind. Like, what's happening? Like, and then it shifted with the last thing when he finally talked about putting out the grand jury piece or putting something out, and then some Democrats and stuff, and then it refocused his base. Y'all remember that in the last few days. And so then right on the heel of that, he we better get back in control of what the media is talking about. If there's more time being talked about whatever, to Brian's point, and specifically to my point, Obama, that's just less air throughout the day, throughout the 24-hour period to talk about Epstein. I think that's the play.
That sounds feasible. I mean, anything to cover up the pedophileness that's going on with him and the rest of the people who are trying to help him cover it up. This is perfect. I mean, you could have chose a better topic. I mean, the other stuff failed. Okay, everything else he was trying before fell flat. But this with Obama, they hate Obama so much. That's the only thing I'm saying. They might not be able to do it, right? You guys are saying they might not be able to do it. You doubt it's going to happen, but they can drag him for weeks. Just, literally chip away at his legacy. They can drag him for weeks. Now, she says she got more shit she's going to release either tonight or tomorrow, just to add to it, and using the words like treason and sedition and all these words like that, it just, those kind of words just really just fired him up, right? This is perfect. So, kudos, and that's why he's so happy with Pam Bondi. He's like celebrating her right now all over the place. I don't know who came up with it, him, her, I thought it was him, but she's being lauded for, definitely finding the one topic that can have everybody. Because I almost got whiplash last night when I was reading it. It just came across my feed, and first thing they said, Trump is going to arrest Obama, and I was like, what? And it was for X. I'm sure this is the main course over there.
I haven't been on X, but I don't think this is the right Haitian that's sitting next to me. I'm just saying.
No, that's not all we need.
Okay, so sorry about that, Haitian. We can put Haitian, and you can bring it back up. Uh-huh.
Lisa,
Yes.
that judge. So Trump did not get Eileen Cannon, his favorite judge in Florida. He played with.
Karma is a great person. So this last article I got, because I was trying to figure out, and then they're saying also that this is releasing MLK's is another distraction because the family told him not to do it. But I have an article I just want to read real quickly and give us some more focus us back in. Facing backlash from mega supporters about the handling of files related to Jeffrey Epstein, President Donald J. Trump and his administration have released a flood of information on old grievances and issues popular with his base. Overnight, Trump used his Truth Social platform to attack Senator Adam Schiff, posted a fake IA-generated video showing former President Barack Obama being arrested by FBI, and shared IA-generated mugshots of a variety of Democratic officials who has served as Republican boogeymen for over the years. So he's just flooding everything just throwing everything at the wall. Trump also weighed in on another MAGA favorite, the names of sports teams, and threatened to try to block a deal to build a new football stadium in D.C. unless after years of criticism that it was racist. The intensity of the Epstein conversation has dampened since last week after the Trump administration had to contend with many of its MAGA supporters who were furious that the officials weren't releasing more information about Epstein. On Friday, Trump sued the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch after the paper published an article saying Trump sent a letter to Jeffrey Epstein in 2003 that included a drawing of a naked woman. By Monday, many prominent MAGA social media accounts appeared to have moved on from the Epstein issue, focusing instead on some of the other topics that the Trump administration has been pushing. Saying Trump's post random stuff to distract is like saying the sun rises to mess up your sleep schedule, a former Trump advisor said. It's just what he does. On Friday, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard revisited the 2016 election, calling for several Obama aides to face prosecution related to Russian interference. As is always the case, President Trump was right about the Obama-Biden administration's clear involvement in the greatest witch hunt in American history and the genius of the decade-long hoax saga that tore our nation apart and undermined the will of the people. A White House spokesman, Harrison, gross abuse of power and blatant conspiracy against Trump and his supporters. So, what did Rep. Sharpton say? Okay, now they're talking about the release of the King, I guess the assassination papers. American people have waited nearly 60 years to see the full scope of the federal government's investigation into Dr. King's assassination. Garrett said, whose agency was also involved in the release, said in a statement, under President Trump's leadership, we are ensuring that no stone is left unturned in our mission to deliver a complete transparency on this pivotal and tragic event in our nation's history. The Reverend Al Sharpton, civil rights leader and MSNBC host, criticized the release of the King documents, saying that Trump his administration is simply trying to change the subject. We need to be crystal clear in the fact that Trump's release in the MLK assassination files is not about transparency or justice. It's about a desperate attempt to distract people from the firestorm engulfing Trump over to get through this. And, what do you guys think about so far where we're up to, that he's just trying to find any and everything, just throwing it all out so we can not focus on the pedophileness of his administration, him and Epstein?
I'll repeat: distraction and deflection. We're watching it again, this page from their playbook. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Distraction and deflection.
I agree. Never mind. If people are going to gloss over that Trump just tried to blackmail the owner of the Washington Redskins or Cleveland Indians or whatever it was.
Yes.
We're going to just gloss
go through until he agreed to change the name back from the Commanders to the Washington Redskins. Now that is, that's exactly what it is, blackmail.
How is that related to national security?
It's not even quid pro
How's it
quo.
related to that?
It's a threat.
How is this related to national security? If the president's supposed to have carte blanche on shit because it's in the protection of national security, how the fuck does a change of a football name rise up to that level? What the fuck?
He said, "Make Indians great again." He literally texted that.
Oh my God, this boy, this is an embarrassment, the things that are going on here. And like I said, I'm really upset about it because this is for the world to see. It's just we're not no microcosm with us, and we see the shenanigans that are happening, having Obama being disrespected to that level. It went across the world. So he's doing it. He's malicious though with Obama because he's so jealous of him, everything he does or he has accomplished from put his teeth in it, and he's gonna drag him until he runs out of steam. So I think that's what's gonna happen.
And to your point, Lisa, see, when the election and Biden used to be his vice president, Obama. See, in all them terms, it's like low-hanging fruit. It's like meat. He can just talk about Democrats. But now you're elected. And what's been happening for the last however many days since he got elected, it's all eyes on him. And that has gotten real hot over the fact tariffs, immigration, how he's doing everything. People are like, and then, so it's like he's got to raise, Obama's not dead, but in terms of presidential people, he's got to battle. He's got to raise them from the dead, and so we can talk about that again. And like you're saying, Lisa, the world is watching, and there's a whole country at stake and real lives. And it's like, bro, this is not the best of what America.
So do you guys understand the whole military tribunal thing? Because for me, I'm getting a vibe that if I put on my extreme racism hat and lenses, that is code for what happens at the end of if someone's convicted of treason. What happens? That person is unalived. That's the back end version of a pure racist Nazi's wet dream. And I land on that. It's fucking too much, too far.
I think Trump started to realize that treason idea might start creeping up on him if he lets himself stay in the crosshairs too long. It might be like, hold up, bro, your whole body of work from your first time around and what you're doing right now.
We went through that. We went through that during the January 6th thing, and then it was reduced down to. It was reduced down from treason to like.
No, I know we went through it, but I'm saying now it's a new, fresh unit of time. There's new data that's coming in since then. Is what I'm saying. So add all that on top of the whole idea of the character of this person. It's not thinking about maybe possibly like right now, real time mixed in with the track record, but. Nobody's holding necessarily accountability for the track record, but you're right. But my point is the new freshness of the disgruntledness amongst his own party, I'm sure he had enough sense to realize, because if you remember, he finally said, okay, let me put this out. Because for a while, it was like, he tried that plausible deniability, like, just ignore it, it'll go away, and it wasn't going away. And I think now he's moving again because he realizes, if I don't really steer people's attention on something, they're going to be focusing on what I'm doing since I've been president this time around and what's happening.
I think this is where we should break the internet and just not let him escape Epstein, not let him escape the fact he is less than Obama. We need to remind him of that every fucking day, every fucking minute, every second that he is nothing to Obama and he's a pedophile.
I don't have any
blow up the fucking internet. Yeah, blow up the internet. And then what? Because look, obviously it's okay to do it because he did it with Obama. Let us create AI showing him as a fucking parent. No, I don't want that. No.
Oh no, you can't. That
show
part.
him what we can do. And just blow up the internet. Break the fucking internet every week. That is the protest. So he can wake up every day and get on TV, and that's the only thing he sees. Because he's a visual person. Give him that every day, and he sees nothing but that. That's how he went, and he'll implode. He'll implode.
So you know what drives me crazy, which people don't talk about it all today with the whole Trump presidency. There's so much shit being flown around. I don't know if you guys have been seeing news about. Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of MAGA folks that I spoke to last year during the election, and all they talked about was the reason we're voting for him is immigration, grocery prices, gas prices, and because of these tariffs, these companies are jacking up prices like big time, and nobody's talking about that.
I've noticed the prices are higher. I really have noticed that everything is higher.
Yes, but here, their noses, prices are going up everywhere at Walmart and Amazon, and they don't say shit about it. That's the shit that drives me crazy with them.
So we can continue to do it here like we have been doing, and we'll keep Epstein on the radar like we have been doing. Just keep it going day in, day out. You know, we don't have to spend the whole stage time on it, but we can just keep making sure that everybody remembers, you know, what's going on with him. He is a purported child. We're going to talk about the MLK release and see if there's a reason why, if you think there's anything in those papers that could be harmful, because the family asked them, after they reviewed them, asked him not to do it. So I don't know if there's anything in there. We can get the pages, maybe we can go through them, but yeah, so that seems to be the big distraction as well. Oh, before I forget, you guys know that, I guess everybody does maybe by now, but Malcolm Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54. He died on vacation. Theo?
Yeah.
Theo.
He died on drowned.
Yeah. Let me play this little small clip real quick for him. Well, it's a little longer. I'm going to stop it before it's a longer clip. But he's file release on his assassination and maybe other stuff in there. And then go into Epstein. And that should be a full-ass night so we can get out of here at least by midnight. So let me do this for the Malcolm Jamal, because we have to recognize this brother. He was a good guy. You guys can hear, hopefully this is a thorough report of what happened. Let me see if I can get one shorter. Yeah, I found one shorter than 8 minutes. Hold on. All right, let me see if I can do this one. Oh, I got one for 3 minutes from TMZ. We'll do that one. Okay, so here it comes. Hold on. I hope it's no commercial to start with. YouTube be getting their money.
We have been working on a story this morning that sadly we now have the answer, because I say sadly because what we've learned is that Malcolm Jamal Warner, former Cosby Show star, died over the weekend. And we have an unconfirmed very reliable source telling us what happened here. What we know at this moment, as we talk to you now, is that we're told from the source Charles just mentioned that this was an accidental drowning of some sort. And so I mean, that's one of the reasons there's been commotion this morning. And we've been working on, we confirmed the death. I can tell you that some members of the Cosby Show know and are very upset that Bill Cosby didn't know at the time we published, but is being informed right now, probably knows right now because it's been just a couple of minutes. And it's just a really, really tragic turn. Yeah. And he had been, obviously, even after the Cosby Show, working very steadily. He actually has a podcast that he does now. And in fact, the latest episode just dropped a few days ago. So we've been told by one happened at his home, but we are going to try to get more information. Obviously, we will update you, especially about the show. Yeah, if we get more by the end of the show, we will tell you.
Celeste from New York. I am absolutely devastated as someone. Malcolm Jamal Warner was my first crush. I mean, I loved him, loved his career. He was the most beautiful person. I had the pleasure of meeting him. He's commented on my social media posts that I've made about him. I mean, I couldn't think of a most warm, loving soul than this. And it's so, I can't believe it. Like, I'm looking at the headline, I thought maybe there's like somebody else associated with him. And it is just so devastating. I can tell you that you can talk about Cosby being America's dad. He was, for a generation of us, America's first love, okay? He was our first love. He was vulnerable. He was funny. He was loving. He was a sweetheart. I mean, we grew up with Theo and even Malcolm as he grew up and doing other stuff in his career. This is such not the news.
So, just looking at some of the pictures that we were showing of him and showing him walking through the airport, he's smiling in every single one. Just a big, broad smile in every single one. Even the one that people are not talking to him and he's walking through the airport and somebody's filming him, every single one. I mean, 54 years old. And where was he at? He was on vacation. Where was he on vacation?
Costa Rica.
Okay, so just, sending, and all the devils are still alive. All right, all the devils are still alive.
That one.
Sorry, I just want to say one thing, because this really hits me hard because, I have dyslexia. Theo was the first character on TV, or the first time that I ever heard dyslexia being mentioned, and I think they handled it really well. And that was always a source of, he was always a source of inspiration for me. And that it's something that goes extremely underdiagnosed. And so I just wanted to say that it's just, I remember that moment of connecting, when I got my diagnosis much later on in life, with him, because that's really the only person I had to gauge. Oops, so just wanted to say that.
So that first thing said he was swimming in the ocean in Costa Rica and died on Sunday. Is that what you guys heard? Is that accurate?
Yeah, they said it was high currents that picked him up. I don't know. That's what I read earlier today. High currents.
I think that was Patty I want to say this. Death of anybody.
Patty what?
And was that you that were mentioning about the dyslexia?
That was me, Cynthia.
Malcolm?
That was me, Cynthia.
Where that
Mel.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was
Thank
Sin.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys.
It's all good.
Okay, my bad. I wasn't looking at the phone, and all y'all ladies, you know, y'all start rapping in the morning, my brain, but it's all good. It's a beautiful thing. But let me say this, that to the point that she was making, see how I handle that. The point she was making is that, you know, the dyslexia part, and it was very personal to her. And I think someone of the caliber of Malcolm Jamal, meaning the world was affected in a very positive way by this person. And it probably brings up a lot of, definitely for those of us that are 50 plus, we probably takes it back to, I don't know, 15 or 20 or whatever in that range. But, you know, and so we kind of had a foundation about our life that was very much familiar with him and vice versa. People can feel it on a very large scale when somebody is so famous and you like the character.
Did he jump off for you guys?
Yeah, I definitely felt it too. Like, when I seen it, I was like, what the fuck? Because he was also my first crush. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really thought he was so handsome when I was growing up. And he grew up to be so handsome. And it's just like, oh my God.
I'm looking at some of the stuff, Brooklyn, that they're showing about him right now, and he is definitely.
He's fine. He was fine as hell. Like his whole life.
He was a musician
From one of those shows too, which was really good. He was like a cardiac doctor, and it was I think it was a hospital in a fake hospital in Atlanta. I forgot what it was called, but
The Resident.
He played that. The Resident, yeah, that was.
And he left a small child. Did he just have that one child you guys said was 7 years old, or was he? I didn't see any of that. I just
for if anybody heard the phenomenal or has a phenomenal album, Black Radio 2, which is Robert Glasper and a bunch of different guests. There's a beautiful cover of Stevie Wonder's Jesus, Children of Word part in the middle of that song, and he won the song won best traditional R&B performance. So, and that was in around 2015, Black Radio 2, definitely check it out. It's a gorgeous song.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I got
that song.
Yeah, the music.
I think, Lisa, what strikes me every single time when I see images of people right before they die, especially as working in ICU, that life is so fleeting. They have no idea within the next 24 hours or whatever hours their number's going to be called. That's what always strikes me when you see images right before somebody dies, that they have no idea.
Lavon, is it different for you and Lisa? Is it different when you have patients that know they're already sick, they already got the terminal, the terminal diagnosis, opposed to somebody who just, yesterday he was just fine, everything was all good, and then bam, they just gone. So, is it like a big difference or no?
No, because my spirituality knows that. Like whenever I'm in codes, they always call me the Ice Queen. I'm never moved unless it's a child, because I know we're only on this earth for a small section of time, and eventually your number is going to be called. Now, the difference that it made for me that wrecked my brain. My sister was an assistant DON, went in the hospital Tuesday, died on a Thursday. Did not see that coming. And I was on the phone while they were coding her. As I was rushing to see her, wrecked my mind as they leave. If that was personal, did not foresee that. She had no comorbidities that would make her ever want to think that she would die. So that was extremely personal and not foreseen. And I'm on the phone hearing the code blue bell go off. That wrecked my mind. But other than that, unless it's a child, like children, I cannot do that specialty with children, because I still think of them that they're in pain, or somebody hurt them or what have you. They didn't have a chance to have control of their life. There's other humans making decisions for them. So children, I cannot do children. But adults, it doesn't bother.
Jamal has died at the age of 54. Authorities in Costa
Okay, my computer's doing its own thing. I'm just a softie. So anybody who is losing their life, been diagnosed with some terminal illness or any trauma oh my God, the traumas are the worst for me. Absolutely 100% the worst for me, more than the codes on the floor. They have people coming in and was probably in the midst of doing something in their daily life, and all of a sudden they are in a critical situation, and coming through the ER and then up to surgery. That gets me. That really gets me, because we're in a real tight race to save somebody's life in the minute. And I'm just like, I'm feeling everything, all kind of emotions, but you have to keep that in check. So what I do have for you guys after this, we're going to do MLK, like I said, then we'll move on to Jeffrey Epstein, the shenanigans that are going on. We don't want to lose sight of that, what's going on up to date. And then we're going to also talk about what we talked about last night, which I thought I was going to lose my mind. I was going through some traumas. The young lady and her father. I'm going to do that last, because I think that's a story we need to talk about. It's worth listening to and discussing, because it's horrific in my eyes. So we'll do that. So let me get the MLK thing up. They're saying King Jr.'s assassination files. Do you know that this administration has released more than 230,000 pages related to the 1968 assassination of civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. 200. I said, let's get it. I don't think so. This is too many pages. 230 to be got her fingers on every fucking thing now that's going on that people are opposed to. So in a statement on Monday by Tulsi Gabbard, she called the release unprecedented and cited the president's commitment to complete transparency. What is the transparency? Trump signed an executive order. We know about that. The records have been under a court-imposed seal since 1977, when the FBI first gathered them and turned them over to the National Archives and Records Administration. King was assassinated, we know, in April 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee, and they got James L. Ray on that conviction, but he died in prison in 19 assassin. Let me see. In a lengthy statement released on Monday, his children called their father's assassination of the matter and urged that the files must be reviewed within their full historical content. During his lifetime, civil rights leader had been the target of an invasive, predatory, and deeply disturbing disinformation and surveillance campaign orchestrated by J. Edgar Hoover, the same man who dressed up in women's clothes. But anywho, the FBI campaign was intended to discredit, dismantle, and destroy King's reputation and the broader American civil rights movement. The timing of the release raises eyebrows because fulfilling the intent of his January executive order, the latest release serves as another alternative headline for Trump as he tries to mollify supporters' anger over administration. Also trying to cover up. He's going to get all the bag of tricks now. He's going to try to get everything. Next thing you know, we're going to have Tupac and Biggie. Y'all get ready for that. Anything to stop us talking about Epstein and Trump.
Yeah, the family's saying that because there's allegations of affairs and orgies and all kind of unsavory things. There's no reason to release these files. It doesn't serve any public.
It doesn't serve any purpose, because I don't want to read about, anybody here want to read about MLK's orgies and I
don't see like the necessity of it. Like, I don't even.
You know what the necessity is to bring another black man down. He's starting with Obama. Now he's moving on to MLK. That's why I said next time it's going to be Biggie and Tupac.
I wonder how many MAGA niggas is all for this. Because I just want to know.
Y'all picking the MAGA niggas.
I need to know all of the MAGA niggas.
Like, the MAGA on the stage and loud and proud.
Even unfollowed man shitty.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you something. Let me just say this. From now on, I'm going to be obvious what this man's agenda is. And to hear a black man in North America continue to support this guy and in the way that they do, at this point, you are an agent of his regime, and you are despicable in the worst way. Clearly, this man is targeting black men, and you hear certain dudes, I ain't even saying nobody's names, they'll say things like, if Martin Luther King, if he saved 1 million people, there are people come up there like, oh, but he did this. And so this disintegration has gotten just disgusting. And so yeah, man, I'm not even fucking with dudes because you the enemy, man. Plain and simple. And you're taking your whole life to just put black people down. And it's typically individuals that have reached some level of success, and they think that success equates them to proximity of Caucasian people. They think that their success and their material things that they have keep them in balance with Caucasian people. So it's disgusting. And I'm just not even talking to cats. I'm not engaging with them because it's not an honest conversation. I'm speaking with a person who actually hates themselves. They hate themselves. And so you can't have a conversation with somebody. They lack any type of empathy. They lack any kind of self-pride, none of those things. So fuck them all. With both of my middle fingers, fuck them all. That's my together argument and the points and all of that. That shit is just pure self-hatred. That's all it is. That's all it is. I don't care if a person is well-spoken. I don't care if a person can't speak. It's just pure fucking hatred, and I'm sick of it. It turns my stomach at this point. So yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk it. I don't even want to deal with them. I'm just gonna let them wallow in their own misery.
I'm sorry, but what does the fact that MLK Waffle was a Republican has to do with anything? I don't understand these people. What's the point?
Hatred, it's racism, this is prejudice, this is white supremacy at work. Let's call it what the fuck it is and stop trying to analyze it and justify it and bring logic to it. There's no fucking logic. We are literally at war. We are literally under attack. And unless we step the fuck.
What is the policy of this specific room going to be moving forward in regards to MAGA voices? Is it going, spread their movement?
Okay, so let me tell you this, because that was definitely directed towards me. The policy of this room is to have voices, all voices, dissenting voices, if they're respectful. If they're able to come in and conduct a conversation and exchange information, then they will be allowed on the stage. You guys don't like to exchange information with anybody in particular. Are you bringing in your personal grievances that you have in other rooms? That is going to be your personal issue. But we do have people we can actually dialogue with. Do you have a problem with that?
Yes, I do. I'll see you later.
Okay. So, anybody else want to talk about that part? Huh?
Dragon. Who was that? What the hell was that about?
I don't know.
Who just peaced out?
That was a laugh. He has been with us on stage before, dialoguing. What's the issue today?
No, I don't know.
He didn't take his meds. It's okay.
Oh, I get it.
I can't. Okay, when it's time to pass meds on the unit, it's usually not me that's passing the meds. So if you guys miss your meds and you want to come up to the desk and get them, that's fine. It wasn't a problem. He even said he was coming in with the fuck MAGA thing if this Obama situation escalated. Now, is that a problem for anybody? I don't understand it. So then we had, okay, who else do we talk to? And they're pretty much rational. CEO is Republican. He's not a MAGA, but people want to say he voted. Then we have Trent, bless his heart. So we should just start blocking everybody that we've been talking to now for a year. Some of them need to be blocked, but when they come in here and act up, we already know what to do with them already. And they've been self-deporting themselves lately. We've been having conversations on both stages. Pepe has been on both stages. You think I give a fuck about Pepe? And if he's in the room, that's what I mean.
But he's been on both stages. All these people have been on both stages. Now, what today has got the balls in a knot?
I would suggest that people want a curated stage that's exactly the way that they like it. You can't go make your own room.
You know, I don't even.
If I may,
go ahead, babe.
I think it's because the fact that there are some MAGA that are just today, and the guy was just like, I'm not going to even talk to you because you just literally said that you admitted and you're proud to be a fascist. He said, I'm not going to debate you. I think it's maybe on that point, like, where is the red line, I guess? Like, what is, quote unquote, somewhat reasonable, right? Or, because sometimes I do hear people say the most crazy shit, and it's kind of like, I don't know, what happened today too? Like, you know, taking a conversation off and spreading misinformation. And
so what do you do in that instance?
Is there a cue?
Yeah, you can speak right after she's done.
Okay.
Go ahead, Katrina.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
No, I said, so in the past, what has been done, we either refocus or we eliminate. So it's either or. And you know what's really interesting? You guys have to survive. We'll just open up the room and we'll do a podcast, and everybody can come in and listen. But we have to hear opposing views. We even had a room that had to over Manny Petty, but it happened.
Lisa, I totally agree with you that if you don't want an echo chamber, right, and you do want other people's perspectives and other people's opinions, I guess what I took out what the guy was asking is, where is that moral line where we're gonna remove and not entertain and move on, or or this, like, what is the, I guess, qualifications of somebody who's
now we're getting a little bit crazy. This is Clubhouse. This is not the Senate, and it's not the House. This is not, I don't know what you guys are doing right now. This is Clubhouse. So, and not against you. I'm talking about the crazy statement that a left made. You know, that's why we have moderators up here. And the moderators will get in there and they will try to redirect the conversation, direct the conversation, moderate station or questioning going. I mean, I don't understand. You guys are really, really making me think really hard.
Lisa?
On, yes.
Okay, let me help. Since it's been this way since day one, as far as I'm concerned on this app, you're the mod, it's your house, it's your rules. How you want to run the show is how you decide to run the show and how it gets run. I am a guest here on stage. Even if I was a mod, it's not my room. And I can decide what my red line is, and I can fucking leave if I want to leave. And I have. There are times that there are insufferable people that I would never even give them a drink of water if they were parched in the middle of the desert.
You look here now.
I will leave. I will leave if that's the case, because this is not my room. And every person is handled very differently in this space. And that is your decision, Lisa, and the mods. And if people collectively, as the mods, decide that they want to impose certain restrictions, you know, at that room, at that time, on a specific person, then they can do that. And it's my choice, if I don't like it, to leave. There's a lot of other things going on this app. Leave. No offense to you.
No,
it's because I hate certain people. I hate certain people and what they have to say. Otherwise, if I'm sticking around, I'm sticking around. It's my choice. That's it. God bless.
Thank you, Scotty. So, and that's what it is. It's a platform for people to speak. And hopefully you guys can come up on this platform and speak freely and say what you have to say without, any fear of silencing, maybe, or thrown off the stage, maybe. It is what it is. So, I'm not going to address, I'm not even talking to the left. When he comes and takes his breaking news, I hope I didn't lose it. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead. Whoever says, can I go next? Go ahead before I do the breaking news.
Hello.
Hello?
Exactly. Hello.
Oh.
Lisa, I appreciate whoever shot David Lucas, though. We definitely need to discriminate against them. So thank you for whoever shot him.
Who the heck is David Lucas?
I'm my eyeball.
Y'all know
He spams the chat. Yeah, he spams
The grifter has like 17 different accounts.
You guys don't want to make money. That's your problem.
Well, you're welcome. I had nothing to do with it, but you're welcome.
I'm slow today. I don't get it.
No, we're about to wake up. Okay, so listen, breaking news.
I got something. I got a comparison.
Okay, good.
I'm hurt. How the fuck is Theo gone and David Duke ain't fucking dead?
Oh, I have these questions every day, damn. I have these questions. And so far, the Lord has said to me, in due time. But that's it. That's our answer, in due time.
I just want to be around when he goes, right? Because that'll be a day to celebrate. You know, there's a transcendence to not heaven. I hope it's not burning.
You're breathing. The best people are going left and right, and the demons are still here, strong. So I don't know. Maybe we all should have a group prayer every day. I don't know.
The demons are having complications. Like,
Lisa has a breaking news. Please, Lisa, what's the breaking news?
Okay, let me go to this real quick.
Who's that interrupting my shtick on the stovepipes?
My bad, April, my bad. But Lisa has a breaking news. I've been waiting to hear that.
Okay, so we were talking about that comp. Remember the comp, the ex-officer who violated Breonna Taylor's civil rights in 2020? And they were thinking about giving him 1 day. Y'all remember we talked about that?
Yes.
So
1 day? 1 day of what?
1 day prison time, like 1 day.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
So here's the story.
The city will blow up again. Louisville will blow up again. It will burn again.
You think so?
It will burn again.
Really? Okay. So
years ago, that didn't happen. So.
Right. So the former Lewis, if you guys didn't know it, the former officer was sentenced to 33 months instead of the 1 day in prison for violating civil rights of Breonna Taylor. The sentence was in defiance to a last-minute request from federal prosecutors that Brett Hackinson received only a 1 day sentence. So there you go. I'm not going to read the whole thing. That's the meat and potatoes of it. And, you know, it could have been, in my book, it could have been more, but he got 33 months. But he was already...
That was a sketchy prosecutor who also attempted to dismiss charges in an LA case against a deputy who was caught on video who was slamming an older black woman down on the pavement for videoing him. Slammed her down on the pavement and used pepper spray. So the only other prosecutor to sign off on this current one that you're talking about was that same prosecutor, and the other prosecutors that worked the original case, after the DOJ was trying to make this ridiculous move and request, they resigned.
I don't think resigning is enough. People are resigning. Where's the backbone? Is the alternative to get fired? Is that what it is? Because you don't want to do it? Because if you do,
sometimes that's given as an alternative. Sometimes resigning is being fired, but it's just not being said that you're being fired.
Yeah.
But it just depends on where these things happen. You have to consider where they're happening. So if it's happening in Kentucky, there's going to be a different outcome than say it would be in California. California, they're going to string you up.
Yeah. But
and that depends on where in California. What's that?
If your senator name is Bitch McConnell, you know something right.
Doesn't even have to go. I mean, we say more. I mean, depending on where you are in Kentucky, it's not, Yeah, I mean, listen.
No. All of it.
Is it happening in Kentucky or in Texas? It's a different outcome, and then it depends on who it is.
Okay. This is just, well, you're right. He should have more than 33 months, but you know what? That 1 day, I guess you guys are right. That would have been 100% unacceptable, and people deserve to go out there and protest. I would have protested on that as well. they're getting ready to ramp up ICE raids in New York City. Kristi Noem had her ass there the other day talking about you won't let us into your jails. So what we're going to do, she said, what we're going to do is we're going to put more agents in New York to look for bad guys. So the sanctuary cities get exactly what they don't want. More agents in the community. Let's see how this goes for New York, because it's totally different. It's a totally different animal. It's a totally different animal where you start going into people's communities.
It's not going to go wrong.
Where does the public pressure come from? Does anybody know?
I ain't
Does it come
gonna go
locally
where
or what's next?
I think it also has something to do with that officer being shot in the face, but I think they're going to do that anyway.
Hey, Lisa, so I don't know if any of you read this, but I was reading this article today that said 306,000 for concentration camp managers. Is that even real?
You know, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm just saying you don't require, because somebody was trying to compare this to how poly teachers are paid. You don't require a college education for any of these roles. But
Did it say concentration camp in the writing?
You say that again?
Did it say concentration camp?
Actually, let me see if it's actually a valid, reputable link. Let me research it. I don't know if it's just something somebody posted online, but let me check.
Yeah, because those jobs typically posted on USA Govs, and I don't. Just with that language, I don't think it will be real, but we know that's what they're trying to do because they told about New Jersey. I believe it's one of the prisons they want to open back up. And I forget what was the other location.
The alligator Alcatraz, isn't that what they're calling a concentration camp? Not concentration. Isn't the name of it tailored towards concentration camp? Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, they're not gonna call it that. You know what I'm saying? Politically, but they also, like I said, they're also opening one in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And I forget what the other one is. So there's two other prisons getting back open.
Yeah, and I would think the highest they would get paid, if anything, in that kind of role would be maybe between 150 to maybe 210 at most.
Yeah,
at most. We're probably in the California standards. You ain't getting more than that, and that's at a high, like level 2 type supervisor role. Not so. Yeah,
not necessarily. It's still gonna be a GS level, so it's not about secondary or whatever. But it'll be like it's not gonna just be a public thing like on Craigslist like that.
Yeah, but didn't the big bill give them $160 billion?
Yeah, but it's still the only thing I would do would give them more employees. It's not going to change the pay scale of a GS worker, is what I'm saying to you.
Oh, okay.
Well, if Trump decided to up the minimum wage for doing that job, that wouldn't surprise me any bit.
Well, it wouldn't surprise to get employees, right? No one gives a fuck about employees.
I guess we know who's qualified.
It's just like the money with the increase of military spending is not going to people that serve in the military. It's going to fucking weapons, right? So it's the same fucking thing. When they do that, it's going to be more people higher, but it's not going to benefit the fucking work.
Talking about alligator Alcatraz and talking about building, it's a whole new paradigm. So I don't know what we use as precedent to say what those going rates are to be over those establishments. Well, I heard you say it, but with all due respect, just because you said my thoughts about the topic, and I'm just saying my thoughts about the topic.
But hey, you're talking like you don't know Trump. If Trump, whoever manages like the budget and all this to move this, they'll do it.
There's no reason for them to do it, is my point.
But right? Just because Trump wants to boost immigration and put it, keep it in the news, Trump would do anything.
So instead of getting more employees, you're just going to give, you guys got it.
But then also, too, this is a manager supervisory role. Black people aren't qualified for that position. Just think about it. Would you guys be a diversity hire issue? Fucking bullshit.
I'm sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
No, all I'm saying is just not qualified. At that level, I feel like who's qualified for that position, and it's obviously
roles and the positions, right? They're not going to hire somebody to supervise that coming ice off the street. That would be a one-off. Those announcements for supervisors and those roles are going to be internal roles. So again, I don't know nothing, but there you go.
Yeah, whoever gets the jobs is one conversation, but the fact that there's going to be on the pay, I thought the point being made was that there's going to be some pay for some positions.
But the point was also made that probably not a real solicitation.
Yeah, well, I heard that part, and I took into consideration that, politically, I'd agree that calling it a concentration camp, I can imagine they're not going to say that across the airways. However, anyone else commenting on it, editorials or someone's opinion about it, they might go ahead and jokingly or otherwise say, hey, concentration camps, we're going to start getting this amount of. So there could be some truth. It's to my logic that it could be some truth, not necessarily concentration camp part, but there may be some truth to. And maybe the pay amount is a little off, or I don't know. But it's just, to me, it was just taking it all with a grain of sand.
Yeah, I'm not saying that negative for what you're saying, but I just think we need to focus on real things that's going on. Trump's piece of shit, and we need to really focus on real, not little things like this. That's just bullshit. That's distractions.
Yeah, I just thought he framed it as, did anybody else hear about it? Was there anybody? I thought he was asking whether it was a valid thing that he ran across or not. I thought that was the whole.
Yeah, I was asking. Yeah, I asked if anyone knows.
But dealing with these motherfuckers, y'all. If y'all play chess, y'all really need to start looking at everything from that perspective. Because don't get distractions.
Yeah. So he said, you guys, that they're going to flood New York City with immigration agents. So. And it is in response to the Border Patrol agent who had gotten shot on Saturday night. And then let's see. The blame for the shooting was laid on Eric Adams. And everybody, he said, that's what she's saying. The comment came after a briefing led by Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, where there were updates on the investigation, and blamed for the shooting was laid on New York City Mayor Eric Adams and other local officials who support sanctuary cities.
I thought he was their bitch though. I thought he converted to them.
I got nothing to do with Donald Trump.
What happens in Trump's administration? You just because you bent over or they're bent over.
Bend over.
I'm sorry, I don't use that word.
If you bend over, then get used to bending over from that point on. Just to understand that. That's just how they go.
Just remember, Homer said if Adams didn't motherfucking toe the line, he was gonna get up in his ass.
Well, toe it or not, obviously he's up in his ass. And so here's to see also, I think now join the list with Governor Newsom, Mayor Bass, Adams. Welcome to the list, and I think it's going to do, maybe it's a degree of unification between LA and New York after this rolls out, and maybe we'll have some things to talk about from the West Coast to the East Coast about these sanctuary cities. Maybe there might be some unification jumping off. So
I wonder if he's going to try to go into New York the way he went into Cali with the the military formation. Everybody's sweeping through neighborhoods. I want to see that go down in New York. I don't want to see it.
God, are they going to use a unit from upstate New York? Because you're going to get people who are right from there, who family members are probably illegal as well. The population are made up of the same people.
Right. I don't know. Let me see if she says it in this article. Go ahead, keep talking.
The blacks and minorities. So I was a National Guardsman, and now the situation, I'm in my own fucking city. Please, fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think the focus may not be on Mexican, but it's a whole lot of brown last time I was in New York. But yeah, it's interesting to see how that.
Everybody in New York knows someone who's illegal. You know what I mean? Like,
sounds a lot like LA to me.
Oh, okay. So a little bit more information, though. Eric Adams, they go on to say, has been one of the few officials in New York who have favored changing the New York criminal justice system and modifying New York City sanctuary policies, which block local law enforcement from cooperating with more than
with immigration authorities. And then he came out and said, I am very clear. I am very clear, and I've always have been clear. Stop to revolving into a system. Go after dangerous migrants and asylum seekers who are here, and allow hardworking people who are in the city to go on with men. So there would be an immigration crackdown in New York City. We're going to flood the zone, he said. Outline a plan to more aggressively go after undocumented people. Also pick up anyone else who's in the country without status, regardless of criminal suspicion. So that's what they're saying. They're gonna flood the zone.
Well, unrelated but related. I think that's gone totally out of left field, but it is New York. Mom Donnie's gonna get more popular as a result of that. In my own crystal ball.
Yeah, that's don't have a criminal record. If you're here illegally, you're gonna get swooped up. I posted a story that came out today about 3 of the ICE detention centers in South Florida. Haitian, you may have heard of the infamous Chrome in Miami. So they put a lot of Haitians in there. Some of the detainees were saying that they were that they kept them on the bus for 24 hours with one bathroom that overflowed, and it was like shit all over the place. That in another one, it was so crowded, they had women using the bathroom in plain view of men, no privacy or anything like that. And they said all of these overcrowding conditions is one of the reasons why the Satan opened up that. You see how fast he opened up. That's what we call it. You see how fast he opened up Alligator Alcatraz. That was to leave because there's so much crowding down there. But I don't know how they split up these people because it's not. I don't really see any coverage. But they got a ton of them down there.
Because if they go by how they look in New York, we all going. I'm just gonna put my hands up in the position to get the handcuffs, because is it going to be how they look and how they sound? Everybody speaks Spanish in New York. Everybody looks like they.
Yeah, but not only Spanish. Listen, not only Spanish though.
Yeah, not only Spanish.
Like that's what I'm saying. They're going to get fucked up.
I just use Spanish so people can understand. Yeah, but all the other languages. Yeah.
Like, can anybody really at this point say someone's wrong if they fuck ICE up if they grab them or a family member illegally? Because I'm telling you right now, my father right now or my mother, like y'all behind bars at this point.
Sound like y'all make LA seem like we real bunch of patsies out here. Y'all look like y'all might be coming with.
No, it's just the concentration. Go ahead, person.
No, I'm just saying sometimes, I'm going to take you back that. Sometimes, like, the Bible speaks about seasons, and sometimes there's a time to motherfuckers.
Yeah, so it's going to
not articulation. He basically quoted demographics. Where you work, articulation, and some other things that's straight racial profiling. He said it. Yeah. That's the bar. That's going to be so hard in New York City.
But then the ones who are, legal and who are fucking illegal are going to go about their life like everyday business.
Yeah, they're not going to be worried about it. Mm-hmm. Are they going to get the Russians in there too?
Nah, they're going to stay with
Right, that'd be nice.
And the people from, what was that? Who was complaining about where was these people that somebody else was complaining about?
Ukraine and Russia.
Ukraine, yeah, but there's another one.
South Africa?
No, white.
South Africa's on the.
Their only exception right now is for white European South Africans to come to the U.S.
So I don't think that's going to last long.
Whether it lasts long or not, it's like that right now.
If Tom Holman and ICE play the same cards they played in LA, New York should get ready for Home Depots and knocking on doors and masks and people
Garment they ain't gonna use the same approach in New York.
That's what
New York's not as spread out.
The Haitian chick when they were in Brooklyn that time. That was just the beginning of this shit.
Oh, do you think they might hit Brooklyn first, as opposed to the city, or Harlem first? Like, what parts of the city? What borough would they hit first? Staten Island first. They'd be best off in Staten Island.
So Staten Island for the Italians? Are you fucking joking?
I'm not talking about because it's easier to do what you're trying to do, like you did in LA out there.
Oh my zone.
That's why he said it. He's saying it will be easier to spot out the illegals.
It's gonna be more likely in Jackson Heights. It's
Weed
gonna be Staten Island. Like New York is really gonna be top of the list. I mean, because of what someone said about the density thing, right? Like, even if you had a lot of undocumented people in one area, there'd be so many other people around. And just like the scenes, like what that would look like would be so much worse. Like LA is so spread out. Like you can, most streets in LA have no people on them most of the time. Like you can do all kinds of stuff, and they have done all kinds of stuff because of that. But downtown LA is just not even close.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be Queens because it's more residential. I don't see them doing it in like, you know what I'm talking about, Asian?
Yeah, no, I feel you. They would try. They would try it, but I still don't see them just being able to just do what the fuck they want to do.
That shit ain't gonna happen in New York, not in the borough.
Because let's say you're gonna go to Queens. You're gonna go where?
You got a whole other problem too, because think of how many Puerto Ricans they're gonna hit up.
It's inefficient. Yeah, I mean, Staten Island's the only place where it's not inefficient.
Okay, so you guys do know this is in response to the agent that got shot while he was sitting at the river. Well, he was robbed. They were attempting to rob him. He came upon him on a moped, jumped off, pointed a gun to him in his face, and he pulled out his service weapon because he was off duty, just hanging out by the river on a rock. And then of course, the gunman got the shot off first because he was already, flood the zone. Now, I don't even know what that means.
Did they get the shooters?
Yeah. I think they got one of them. I have to go back and read the article again.
Who knows what the real story is? They can say it was off duty. Who knows some other shit? Because look at the cop in Long Island who shot himself.
Yeah, go on out.
You see that?
Haitian.
Did you see
There's a lot of Puerto Ricans I'm sorry, Haitian. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York. How would they get differentiate? They are legally here.
You can't.
No, people with a mentality in New York, right, are not going to, tell me if you disagree with me. When this shit continuously happens, are not going to sit there and be like, okay, just do what you do.
Absolutely.
And we'll take care of it in court.
Absolutely not.
Just gonna pop off, yo, period.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 4th of July block party. And what I'm saying about the cop in Long Island shot his fucking self with a service weapon, claimed that he got shot on the highway. They went looking for fucking suspects for like 2-3 weeks or whatever the fuck it was. And they beat the shit loud about it. He was embarrassed because he shot his fucking self with a service weapon.
And any basic investigator can just easily prove that he shot himself.
I wouldn't put it past Donald Trump that he would anticipate that somebody is going to be like patient saying, hot-hit it and just pull it out and just start dumping. And then that's going to be justification, National Guard and everything else. It's going to make LA, look like Disneyland, opposed to, when they have some legitimate reason. If somebody's dead and somebody shot somebody, and come troops and here come, justification and take over your city.
That's
What's the likelihood of them going into subways?
You want the chaos. That's another angle.
Subways?
What about subways? That'd be dumb.
Why not? That's a strap right there. That is a definite.
Right? So if you think about it rationally, they're not going to go into Queens, Brooklyn. They're not going to go into the boroughs. They're going to start in Long Island because Long Island is what? Mostly Republican. Let's face it, there's a lot more Republican population in Long Island. Mostly white, mostly wealthy. They're going to hit the Home Depots there because, quote unquote, those are the a lot more money. It's a very rich neighborhood. So they're going to me, the logic is you start with Long Island. That's where you start because you're not going to get pushback there.
Hold on, baby.
Why would they go to Republican states if they got the 45% votes they got?
The is to start, right?
No, why would they go
then hit the boroughs?
But you know what? They didn't go into
Long Island wouldn't give it
I
out.
told you they're going to Roosevelt. Come on,
they didn't go into Beverly Hills.
They're going to Jackson Heights and Roosevelt. They're going underneath the 7 train. Like, come on. That's where they're going first.
Yeah, come on.
J Train is up here, sweetheart.
Not no J Train. They ain't going to East New York.
Hello? Have you been on J Train last time?
Yeah. I was on there last week.
I had instances when I would walk to the J train and I would be told, like, you know, that you're a white anorexic, eat a burger. And I was like one of the very few people that were white on the card. But I mean, that Jamaica Avenue and Queens Boulevard, that's always been, that's not a white area.
Yeah, I know.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's not. But we know that Jamaica goes from Brooklyn to Queens, right? The J train goes from Brooklyn to Queens. Jamaica Avenue goes from Brooklyn to Queens.
I mean, in Queens.
That's why I don't.
In Queens,
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
In the Queens area, right?
Yeah, I think you guys forget how many undocumented people are underneath the 7 train. These are happy ending prostitution ring that was running on Roosevelt. So that's why I said if they're going anywhere, they're going to be going to Roosevelt. If anybody knows Roosevelt, Corona, Jackson Heights, that area would be where they would find a lot of Hispanics. And I think they picked up a lot of them already.
That's true.
Yeah.
My hands were dirty. I was cooking. But Haitian, do you remember the last debate? Moskovitz, actually, there's a clip of Moskovitz on budget debate, the Big Beautiful Bill. When he actually makes this, he actually makes it funny. And he talks about a $7,000 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, so, okay, I will send you the link. But in the budget, there is, as far as I understand, right, there is definitely, pay raises and bonuses for ICE agents. Mm-hmm. So they are planning to give them more money. And that would make sense because if you look at people who don't want to do, some people just maybe their moral code is, whatever, they just don't want to do it. But if you offer them a good amount of money and entice them with that money, people will go even to their deaths. I mean, look at Russians. They don't want war, but they get paid so much that they go.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now, what you're saying. So the $50,000 bonus is a retention bonus. There are $10,000 sign-on bonuses. The $30,000 one is over 3 years, and that's also retention. The government already does retention to keep certain positions. But yes, they offer an incentive of $10,000, but that's not what was being made out to be earlier. Like you're going to become a fucking millionaire, not by being an ICE agent. My point is, yes, they're going to put more money into those resources, but not so much towards the individual. They want more bodies.
What if you said they're gonna, recruit within internally, and I agree with you.
No, that was for supervisor positions when they were talking about as far as supervisor positions. Okay. That wasn't just for any position.
No, I know, and I'm talking about the supervisor position. So, I have somebody who is a corrections officer in New York, right? And I am told again that could be true or not true, but it did came from a mouth of a correction officer. That a lot of correction officers are being enticed to go and become ICE agents because of the pay. Their pay is a lot higher than the corrections officers. And what they're not allowed to do in prisons, like rough handle people, ICE agents.
Yeah, so Katrina, respectfully, that's fine if that does happen, but I think we're saying stuff that's not, there's no data to support what you're saying right now, right? Because we're talking about CEOs and Rikers, they're making money as well. They're working crazy amount of overtime. So they are making money. But to say that they're leaving, from there to now go to become ICE, I don't know if I would say that because New York City's 20-year retirement. So again, it's what I'm saying about focus on real stuff versus distractions and bullshit.
Can I jump in here just for a second? Because I haven't heard this discussion yet. Did y'all know that Trump released the MLK papers?
Yep. 240 pages.
Have you discussed it in here?
Not yet.
Yes, they did earlier.
You guys did it earlier on.
We didn't want to discuss it because there was a lot of bad things as far as I understood. Lisa said there's a lot of shade and painting out MLK bad. And trying to tear him down. So it was
yeah, for sure.
Not trying to even do that.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. No, you discussed it. That's good. Just wanted to make sure. Moving on.
It's just more distraction and deflection.
Well, you have to understand the nature. Remember, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So even though it might be a distraction, brother, you know what I say? Trump has amassed a lot of power in this country. Him lock up, you see him detain congressmen, senators, and all these kind of things, right? And he has the national. Well, he's not going to do it. He started out corrupt, and he is getting even more corruptible. So him addressing Obama, to me, is par for the course. I predicted all of this, when I was running around telling people, don't elect Trump. He's eventually going to go after political rivals, and we see that in dictatorship countries.
I think the Obama thing is just a flashy object that worked. Like, I've noticed the last 48 hours, like, the MAGA people are now like, and we're talking Epstein less, and Mike Johnson. So it seems like the Obama shiny object is what's worked.
Yeah, like Obama, it's 100% distraction.
Don't put the past in, brother.
So I guess they're gonna coordinate with Obama's Secret Service team to come arrest them publicly, right? Because Obama's walking around the streets without any security with him.
No, I don't.
Well, he's got security. Yeah. So if Obama was to get arrested, it's not gonna be this fucking Trump show where the cameras are right there and they're banging on Obama's door. It would have to be something that was coordinated where Obama's turning himself in, which we know is not gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Unless we're gonna have a shootout with all Secret Service teams.
Patient, do you think that maybe the fact that he actually hates Obama so much that he would try anything? Because Trump did get arrested.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Everything else, but don't you think he will try in any way possible?
So
in any way possible.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You said that's right.
Yeah, my point was, don't you think maybe yes?
I'm saying you're asking me a question. I'm trying to answer you, and you keep answering your own question. So then you know your answer then.
Do you think ICE would go after cab drivers?
Yes, they're going after everybody.
Do you think they would? Because that would be a major disruption too.
Not really. You got Uber
going after cab drivers.
Not really. Not Uber.
They got Uber.
Uber people too.
Those cab drivers ain't illegal.
Yeah.
Do you know how much those medallions cost? Those medallions cost millions of million.
But they lost value though after Uber though. They did lose value, but yeah.
I'm gonna look it up because I remember when they did this big thing. Let me go back and look at it.
Yeah.
What the hell are we talking about now?
If ICE would go after
What cab drivers are illegal? The yellow ones?
The yellow ones are not illegal.
Oh, I'm asking what they were saying.
But Patty,
I have no idea.
Just because someone's
But
driving
our cab drivers is legit. They gotta pay.
Again,
yeah, but
I'm not from New York. I don't know.
Yeah, they got TLC licenses. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
The medallion costs a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
Oh, fuck it, Dan. Go talk.
Damn, puñeta!
Shit.
Cállate, motherfucker.
Go, Haitian.
Just because someone is driving the cab doesn't mean it's their medallion on that cab. That was it. It's not that fucking serious. But it's not $1 million, Lisa. It might have been about $750 when it capped out.
I'm telling you, I watched the stupid thing. Maybe I was high or something, but I remember watching. And they said that one guy said that he had to pay a fucking $1 million. So I don't know.
I think that's all. That's all the whole process.
Maybe the owner of the company. They were committing suicide over the medallion shit because they were getting finessed. You know what I mean? And that's when the city started taking action with the medallion and stuff.
Haitian medallions did go up to $1 million, but that's with all the people, like from beginning to end.
Did you not hear what I said about the? Did you not hear what I said about them being reduced? I didn't say they were never $1 million. What I said from the beginning was Uber and Lyft. I didn't say Lyft. Uber fucked it up for them.
Yes, I know. I agree.
I know.
All I was saying is that I agree with Lisa. At some point, it was close to $1 million. Right now, it's not. I agree with you too. It's not right now, but it was close to $1 million.
Can y'all show me something that says $1 million? Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm looking for it. Okay.
I saw it.
No, Lisa, you're not incorrect, but it's not that anymore.
Yeah, I agree. It's not anymore because of Uber and Lyft.
Now it's been like that for a minute though.
Yeah.
And they were talking. It was a whole thing on about it. A lot of people financed.
Okay, so here says I got a little. I can't tell you exactly, but I pulled up something. I don't know why I'm even doing this. It's called New York Focus, and then it says I don't see a future. Hundreds of taxi drivers left in debt as lenders balk at loan deal. So it's talking about how Uber and shit came in and fucked everything up. And then it says, down here, over the past couple of decades, more than 2,000 taxi drivers have raked up hundreds of millions of dollars in debt to purchase medallions, the small metal plate that serves as licenses for New York City cabs. When Uber and Lyft and then COVID-19 arrived on the scene, the value of those medallions plummeted. He started driving in 2004 and purchased a medallion worth $550,000 in 2009 with a down payment of $100,000. Now he owes, so he paid $550,000 for his, and then it.
That's why a lot of them were committing suicide, and this guy gave the TLDR version. Yes.
And now they're under 100,000. I know now
that's crazy. I would be mad as fuck. I paid that for that little sticker, and now it's under
That medallion got people's kids through colleges and all that shit back in the day.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, them cab drivers used to make some money.
You had a cab in front of your crib. You had a cab in front of your crib. The niggas pops was making money.
Yeah, my neighbor's father was a cab driver when I was coming up.
Yeah, my neighbor was a driver too, just around that time you're all talking about COVID and that, when Uber just completely disrupted. And if I understand correctly, it costs so much money for the medallion because at that point they just basically lease out their cab and they're not, they're making
So
money.
just want to confirm, this medallion was for yellow cabs only, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And how many cab services we had in our 5 boroughs?
Right, because they had the drive.
Because I can give you the phone numbers right now. 277-111 Atlantic Car Service. Ain't gonna pay all that money.
Yeah, no, but that's for New York City. Majority of those yellow cabs with the medallions were actually in the city. And they actually did, they kind of gate-kept up business in the city because everybody only went to those medallion yellow.
And who was, that's what I thought, foreigners, Africans, Indians, Arabs, all the stuff. Yes, and then they came out with the green cabs. You remember the green cabs?
Oh, the lime green ones?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Gypsy Cab used to make so much money too, by the way.
Breaking news. Yes, break it, baby, break it. Is April in the room? Is April here?
Yeah, she's on top underneath me.
I'm on top of Mel. Let's go, Mel.
All right. Oh, wow.
Right, baby,
I didn't know you swung that way, but anywho.
You
did say sister wife. Y'all did say sister wife. All right. I don't know. I'm just seeing this, so I don't know if you've been able to check this out. But Lisa Murkowski is saying that she feels cheated. Trump got rid of the concessions that made her vote for the big ugly bill.
She's been saying this shit since she got back up here. She knows she fucked up. A lot of constituency depends on Native Alaskan rural health care. They have their own hospitals and shit up here. They're going to be in trouble with Medicaid cuts. It's her fault. That's her big base. So, you know what? Lisa is stuck with Trump, I don't know, 85% of the time voted. So she need to just shut the fuck up. Let's see it. She's probably going to get goaded. voted out this next part couldn't be done. I know Patty had said something about it once too. It had to do with you couldn't do that shit anyway in that bill that they were trying to do. So she